Okay, in this tutorial we're going to be learning how to make birds fly across the sky using particles. So here I have my bird. It's just a silhouette of bird because it doesn't need to be too detailed for this tutorial. And I've got a looping animation which basically goes as follows. As if it's flapping its wings. It's nothing too complex, it's just to show how to do it. Alright then, so go back to frame 0. You notice the bird's very small, but when you're using particles you should make things quite small. Okay then, so let's go, new layer, particle. Let's call this birds, and then let's drag the bird inside it. Doesn't look like anything's changed. That's because you're still on the vector layer. Change the particle layer, and suddenly birds being thrown everywhere. Which, that's not exactly the effect we were looking for. So we're going to play the settings. Let's go into the settings, particles. Now let's look at these tick boxes. Orient particles and free floating. Untick both of them. And let's see how it looks now. Well, they're facing the right way now, but they're still being thrown up and down. So let's go back to the settings. Look at this, the direction and the acceleration. So they're being thrown that direction and accelerating that way. So what we should do is change both of them to that way and just turn off acceleration altogether, because birds don't accelerate when they're flying steadily. Okay, so let's see how that looks. Well, that looks better. They're being flying across. It's in the wrong place though, because we want them to start at the very side. We don't just want the bird to appear. So, let's move this. There we go. Still doesn't look very good, because they're all coming from this tiny little point here. If we imagine that little circle as a kind of like portal where all the birds are coming out from, we want that to kind of be bigger. We want it to cover the whole of this side. So, go in settings and change the source height to 2. Now you can see the portal is much bigger. It covers the whole side of the screen. When you play it, birds are coming out from everywhere, which is what we want. But, look over here. They're disappearing before they even get to the end, which is annoying. That's because the lifetime is not long enough. Each particle will only be visible for 24 frames. So let's just change that for now and make it much bigger. Let's times it by 10, so a whole 10 seconds it'll be visible for. Okay, so let's see it now. Yep, it's working. Although it doesn't look like there's many, if you render it, you can see there are quite a few. But still, something wrong about it. These birds aren't flapping their wings very fast, but they are moving across the screen very fast. So, to solve that, what we can do is we can change the velocity. Let's change it to 0.8. And the velocity spread, which is the random variation, we'll change it to 0.2. So the fastest it'll go is 1, and the slowest is 0.6. Okay. So there we go. That looks like a better pace. You can see some are faster, some are slower. But it looks good enough. Alright, just to finish off this animation, we'll extend the timeline a bit. Let's make it to 12 seconds. And at 8 seconds, let's turn the particles off. So, then, that'll be the last time any particles are emitted. So that should, the 4 seconds should give them enough time to get off screen. There we go. And we'll just go ahead and export that. Call it birdies. And DivX will do. So you go, exporting. So now you should be able to make your own particle effects, whatever they may be, whether it may be with items or just small little particles like fire or smoke.